Hey there, Calc kids. I just realized I assigned you a video and I didn't make it yet, so now's the time for me to make it. This section is 3.8 derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. I am not going to make you memorize these actually, but you still have to know how to use them, okay? I hope you enjoy this video. Okay. For inverse functions, if f is differentiable at every point on the interval I in which it exists, and dy over dx is not 0 on the interval, and f has an inverse, and f prime is differentiable, then every point on the interval f of I. Your inverse is differentiable if and only if you're differentiable every point in which you're going to plug back in. It's funny stuff. Here's your first rule. Your derivative of sine inverse of u is 1 over square root of 1 minus u squared, and that's only if the absolute value of u is less than 1, because you can't take sine inverse of numbers greater than 1 because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. Try it in your calculator if you don't believe me. As long as you're in radians. Make sure you're in radians. Did you try it? Did it work? No. Okay. This usually won't come up. Neutral spine. Okay. Did you write it? Good. Let's try one. Let me expand on your knowledge. Sorry. So we have to find the derivative of sine inverse of 8x squared, right? So in order to do so, I need to remember that my derivative of sine inverse is 1 over square root of 1 minus u squared. So for this one, my u is 8x squared. That's why I'm taking the sine inverse of. So what I do is I go 1 over square root of 1 minus 8x squared squared. Am I done? No, because I still got to take the chain rule and take the derivative of my inside because it comes up so much. So I times this by my derivative of my inside. Derivative of 8x squared is 16x. Okay. Now to simplify this, you get 16x over square root of 1 minus 64x to the fourth. Because x squared squared is x to the fourth. 8 squared is 64. Okay? Okay? Do you understand? Good. Next one I want to look at. Tan inverse. Your derivative of tan inverse is 1 over 1 plus u squared. Okay? Times the derivative of your inside. So a lot of these, we're going to end up using the chain rule. Secant is, this one's the toughest one. The derivative of inverse secant is 1 divided by the absolute value of u times the square root of u squared minus 1. Okay, so this one you have 2 spots to plug in u. Now the absolute value of u has to be greater than 1. Sorry guys, big yawn, eyes were watering, still watering. Crying over all this math. Let's try this. Y equals arcsecant of 3x minus 4. So this is my u, right? And my equation is 1 over the absolute value of u times square root of u squared minus 1. Okay? Times the derivative of your inside. So I go 1 over the absolute value of 3x minus 4 times square root of 3x. Bowie! 3x minus 4. 3x minus 4, Moby died, minus 1. This whole thing is squared because it's our u. And then we times it by the derivative of my inside, which is 3x, or just 3. Derivative of 3x minus 4 is 3. Okay? So it's actually 3 over absolute value of 3x minus 4 times square root 3x minus 4 squared minus 1. Next void, please. Okay. Just so you know these. I'll let you write them. You're only going to have to use those 3 formulas because the rest of them are just pi over 2 minus the one that you learned. You don't know any of the cos. You don't know cosine, cotangent, cosecant. They're all just pi over 2 minus your sine, tangent, or secant. Okay? So go ahead and take a gander at those. I'm going to take an ahead. I'm back. For example, and calculator conversions, go and write these down as well. I'm going to take it out. Maybe you guys might not have the calculator buttons like secant, inverse, cotangent, inverse, and cosecant inverse, so you have to plug this in. Got it? Good. One more. So we're looking at finding the derivative of cotan inverse. Well, we don't have a formula for that, but we do know the derivative is equal to, or this is equal to, pi over 2 minus tan inverse of x squared. And remember, tan inverse, the derivative is 1 over 1 plus u squared. Okay? And our u is x squared. So when we take a derivative, what happens is the derivative of pi over 2 is a 0 minus derivative of tan inverse is 1 over 1 plus u, which is x squared, times the derivative of my inside, the derivative of x squared is 2x. Okay? So if I, my face is down there, that's why that's over there. So if I were to simplify this, I get negative 2x over 1 plus x to the 4th. We did it. We're mad geniuses. Hope you enjoy.